You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry and by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History. Minor Family Dentistry would like to bring you the following dental health tip. It's recommended to have a dental checkup no later than your child's first birthday. An adult should brush for a young child and monitor older children's brushing to ensure a good job is done. Flossing should start when teeth are touching. Minor Family Dentistry wishes you good dental health. Families, including children of all ages, are welcome. Minor Family Dentistry, 1010 Downing and Hayes. Find them in the Next Tech directory.
Stop! Where are we going?
The Sternberg!
Don't get left behind. We're waiting for you here at the Sternberg Museum, where there's always new opportunities for
Discovery under the dome.
Hello, and welcome to You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. My name is Dana Stanton, and I'm the coordinator of early childhood grants for USD 489. And with me today is Lyndsey Crisenbery. Good morning, Lyndsey.
Good morning.
Now, first of all, what organization do you work for, and what do you do there?
I work for CASA of the High Plains, and I am the executive director. And so what we do is, CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. And when a child is removed from a home and put in court custody, then the judge will often put a CASA volunteer on their case to kind of monitor the situation and to gather additional information.
Okay. Now, a CASA volunteer, what is a CASA volunteer? What do they do?
A CASA volunteer, they come in, we give them...
An adult.
An adult, yes. They have to be 21 years of age and have a high school diploma, and you'll be in an interview process and everything. And once you've actually become the volunteer, you are matched with a child, and typically you only get one child or one family, so depending on how that works. So you're matched with the child, and then it is your job to go meet with the child, meet with the parents, meet with any other agency that's involved with this child, and gather as much information as you can, and then you report back to the court solely on the best interest of the child.
Now, why, this is not like something just for, maybe it is for fun, but why would a child need a CASA volunteer?
A child would need a volunteer if they have been taken out of their home, or sometimes even left in their home, but if they become part of the court system due to no fault of their own. Oftentimes, when they, like DCF or St. Francis has them, they have large cases. What's nice about the CASA volunteers, we just have one case. And so we can focus on that one child and really look into what's going on in their home and really deciding what's in their best interest. And if they need anything else, maybe if they have special needs, maybe they need a special needs tricycle or something like that. And we can really try to help with that and really see what's in the best interest of that child. Children sometimes kind of get lost in the system, and so having a volunteer really allows that child's voice, that we speak for the children, we speak for the best interest of the children, so we can tell the court what the child wants and what's in the best interest of that child. So it really gives that child a voice in court when they may or may not have that otherwise.
I know in a previous life I was a case manager and I had a very large caseload, but a child who had one person looking out for them, they don't get lost in those numbers, no matter how well-meaning someone, the system may be, right. One person for that child. Now say I wanted to be a volunteer, I wanted to be a CASA volunteer. What does it take? Special trainings? What needs to happen?
Yes, first you would fill out an application, and you can do that either in our office or online, and then you go through the interview process. Once through the interview process and the reference checks, then there's background checks. We do KBI, child abuse and neglect. All those checks have to be complete. Once you've passed all of that, then there's 30 hours of training, and then and 2 hours of just going to court and seeing what goes on in the courtroom. And then we match you with a child. And kind of on your own level, if you feel like, hey, I got this, I can just run with the case, we would allow you to. Or if you're like, maybe I should go with another volunteer on a case and just see how that's runs to, we would do that too. So wherever you're comfortable. Also, you're never put on a case that you don't want to be on. So if you read a case file and you're like, nope, not, a little too much for me, or hey, I know that mom, or whichever, we would not put you on a case if you did not feel comfortable being on it. So
Now, I would think a lot of people would say, well, what kind of time commitment? I assume this would vary based on the case, but is there like a general rule of thumb for time commitments?
yeah, it's about 2 to 4 hours a week. Some weeks maybe a little more, other weeks maybe nothing, but it's generally 2 to 4 hours a week is what we ask.
Now, if someone wants to become a volunteer, do they call you?
Yes, you can call our office. It is kind of new
You're
to
still
this.
new at this.
I'm
You're
still new
brand
at
new.
this. It's 785-628-8641. So you can just call our office. We do the 23rd Judicial District, which, hoping I say this right, it's Trigo, Ellis, Rooks, and
Nothing like
Darn.
putting you on the
I
spot on
know.
TV, Lyndsey. You know what? Whatever it is, we will put that on the bottom of the screen just to make sure that we don't leave somebody's county out, but especially the county surrounding us, that you would be the person to call. Yeah. Now, say there is someone who's watching this and says, you know, that sounds like an awesome program, but I don't know if I have 2 to 4 hours. Is there any way that I can help CASA without being a volunteer?
Yes, there's 2 ways. One is funding or sponsoring CASAs. We're a nonprofit organization, so we kind of live and die by sponsors and grants. The other way is if you can't take a case. You're just not interested. We always take volunteers in the office. So if you want to help organize files or if you just want to be involved but you're not sure you can do the 2 to 4 hours, we can always take volunteers into our office as well.
Now, you say you're nonprofit. Do you have any fundraisers?
We do. We actually have our Valentine's fundraiser coming up. It's going to be, peek at those numbers too.
Get everything right.
Yes, February 7th. It'll be at the Rose Garden Banquet Hall, which used to be called the Fanchon. So we'll be out there. If you guys are interested in coming, the tickets.
Is it a dance, a dinner?
It's just a dinner, just a dinner and auction. I shouldn't say just a dinner. There's an auction too. Some great communities some great stores have donated items to us for it. Anyway, so the tickets are $30, or you can buy a table of 8 for $200. And if you'd like to donate an auction item, also you can just call me, and I would love for more donations. And also the other county was Gove.
Go, there it is. We got go. So now if someone, once again, they want to have information about buying tickets for the fundraiser, giving something, contributing something for the fundraiser, or wants to become a CASA volunteer, give us your number one more time.
All right. It is 628-8641.
All right. So call Lyndsey and she can help you out with all those. Thank you so much for telling us about this wonderful program. You've been watching You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. Parents, remember, you are your child's first and best teacher. Thank you.
Thanks for watching You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You can watch the program weekdays in the noon and 9 o'clock hours. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry and by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History.